You're retro trekking with the caramel apples, an apple snack where the topic is rarely about apples. This week's deep dive is all about talking about the ease and convenience of vacation homes, or Airbnbs, or even the downsides of such. I'm Kennedy Rizzo.
And I'm Cooper Lee.
We have a lot to share, so now that we have your attention, we have a lot to unpack, so meet us there. We'll see you on the other side. Okay, Coop, as we've stated at the outset of our deep dive topic, we're just over the moon about talking about fun things like nostalgia and like when have an opportunity to throw your things in the car or pack your trolley bag and go to the airport.
Yep.
A lot of times part of the planning is your destination. Where are you going to stay? Where are you going to be? What's going to be home once you get there?
Right. Yeah. Kennedy, this is such an exciting topic. I'm so glad that we're going to go there because, especially in this time of year, people are probably doing this very thing. So,
Right?
and then sadly having to come home. But anyway, as per usual, we have a lot to share. But before we launch into our discussion this week, we just wanted to remind you to hit that subscribe button and visit us on YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Also, check out our official website, RetroTrekwithTheCaramelApples.com, to see all the latest and greatest updates going down in the Retro Orchard. Okay, with our discussion this week, it's truly going to be something that hopefully brightens your day. And if you have, these plans possibly percolating in the background, hopefully we get you a little bit more excited about where your destination is.
That's right. Because it's tale as old as time. Pretty much when people went to like maybe theme parks or whatever, or
Yeah.
actual trips to the beach. They take beach vacations or whatever. There were hotels, and that like back in the day. Usually that's what it was. Somebody would go and they would get a hotel,
Yeah.
and then you would try to make sure they had some of the comforts and amenities that would make your stay a little bit more happy and comfortable, like a pool or like continental breakfast, or just things that you're like, oh, this is nice. I could just go downstairs and get, I could go load up on the breakfast bar or something. But and people still do that. But like, I think in this day and age, even the hotel spin has gone more toward timeshares, I think, for some people.
Yeah, I think so.
And it includes a lot of stuff. Like you want to talk about amenities, if people understand what they signed up for, I think they can be pretty convenient, pretty Mac Daddy, like what they offer and stuff. But for most of the average Joe and Jane Schmo public, we still can do hotels and stuff. But the new thing that's probably exploded, what would you say, like in the last 10 years?
Yeah, I'd say maybe 10, 12. Yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay. Is Airbnbs.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
vacation homes, which are really, oh my goodness, talk about Mac Daddy. These are nice. These are nice. Some people really have nice digs that they offer to the public, and there's different websites that you can go on, and just like you can do to check at a hotel or whatever, you can do the same thing with an Airbnb somewhere. Very convenient. You can do it all online. I don't know, and they got a lot of nice amenities. We've stayed at a couple, haven't we, Coop?
Oh, yeah. And I love the fact that you can go and pretty much have whatever type of experience you're wanting. Because, like you said, you can go and stay in a hotel, and there's some very nice hotels. There's some that have these crazy, massive water parks in them and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But with Airbnbs, it seems like it's more about the vacation rental itself with some people, like because they're making some of these so different. Like they make them look like spaceships, or they make them look like mushrooms, or they make them look like, you know, it's more about the story aspect of where you actually stayed versus just where you went and then the things you did in that location, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so you have a story just built on, yeah, our house looked like a flower pot, and it was so exciting and we loved it. Where was the bathroom? But it was really cool. So I mean, it's neat because it just takes a different spin for the vacation itself,
Yeah.
and just adds more layers to it because we have staycations. Well, you can do a staycation kind of just going to an Airbnb or, some other site that you decide to use. Just the fact you can go there and just stay the entire time in this little strange accommodation and just tell your stories about that. You don't even have to go out and hike or anything. You just really make it about the place you stayed in, which is so different. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it just shows you how generationally things change.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We've stayed at a couple nice, real nice Airbnbs. And the thing is, the one that we're both thinking of, it was super nice. It was on the lake,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, massive. Like, it was just a home away from home. Like, it
Yeah.
is a wonderful memory that we have. We love this place, and we stayed there, was able to book it. Well,
Yes.
about what, 5 or 6, maybe 7 times?
Quite a few.
Yeah. So somebody's like, hey, you only done a couple Airbnbs. Reason being is this house was the bomb diggity. Like, there was no need to look around.
Right. Like it literally became our home away from home.
Yes.
And it
Yes.
was a family thing.
Yes.
And there's so many memories wrapped up with this house.
Oh, definitely. Oh, especially now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think we've seen the last of them. I don't think they've seen the last of us, I'll say.
That's why we're stalking them.
Yeah. So we'll just have to get our ducks in a row and see when we can go up there again. But yeah, when you find a place, you really, I mean, because you build a rapport.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a business like this definitely depends on that because as hosts, they really want to provide that welcoming environment for you because you're coming here and you're trusting them with your possessions that you bring, and you're looking to be not that they're entertaining you, but you're looking to be able to entertain yourself in the place that they've provided for you. So you want it to be clean and all those kinds of things, right? So I think all of these type of sites, Airbnb included, they really depend on a good rapport with the host and with the tenants. Like there's got to be a meeting of the minds between both.
Yeah.
And sometimes, sadly, that doesn't always happen. But hopefully, by and large, most of the time, if they've had good tenants and you've had good hosts. That's the goal.
Which that's a nice segue into what we're talking about because we were talking about how the wonderful perks and everything come along with having a vacation home somewhere. You can appreciate what's offered. Like they got nice kitchens usually. You can cook
Yeah,
there. That's home. That's home stuff that makes you think of, oh, this is together time and
absolutely. Yep.
nice TV, I mean, fire pits, just, nice little quaint neighborhoods, wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
And it seems simple enough. Like you said, the person that owns the home, they usually keep their place up real nice. They're on top of things. They
Yeah.
want you to have a nice vacation experience with your family, your friends. But then let's switch it because then you've got people they're expecting and hoping that you take care of their stuff.
Yeah.
This is a problem. This is the problem with anybody anywhere you go. Like there are just these people out there. I don't know, Coop. Like they can't behave. Oh
Yes.
my god, they ruin it for everybody because they just can't not be silly.
Yeah.
And not that anybody's laughing because like literally these type of people can mess up a good thing. Like come on. I mean, we've heard stories where people will go into an Airbnb and literally trash it.
Yep.
I mean, they have parties like a lot of them don't want you having people outside of your family or whoever you've allotted that you specified's coming or staying there. They don't really want other extra people there because what we're talking about, people probably had 30 people come and they're
Mm,
trashing the place. They're drinking and, which people can party the way they want to, but don't tear up somebody else's property in the process because
right.
you can't handle yourself. You can't, you don't understand boundaries. You don't understand that.
Right. And I think probably more often than not, it's not even the actual tenants who came. It's probably a party goer who came to join, right? Because what difference does it make to them? They don't care. Their name's not on the contract with the house or anything. They're just coming to have a good time. So, yeah, I personally think it's better to not have a lot of people because they don't care sometimes. Like, because the onus is going to be on you. And then there's also the other downside of that because some of these vacation rentals have gone completely awry
Yeah.
with tenants doing some things. But I don't know. It just, I think it probably makes it hard for the hosts.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trusting people with that's their property.
Yeah.
That's their dishes, that's their toiletries. That I mean, it's there for you to use, but they're really taking a gamble. And I know that they'll get like little special badges, like super host or things like that, or like A plus, like they get rated too. But when that comes with that, they're probably hoping you're getting the creme de la creme as well. It's like we're bringing our A game. Can you too? Please. And I know you typically do have to put in how many people are coming. Like you said, there's an allotment, and I believe probably most of these places have some sort of camera or something that they can definitely see if you're living by what you've said that you would do. And I don't think it's wrong. I don't think that's wrong at all. How do you
Yeah.
feel about that?
No, because I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
again, I mean, if somebody wants to specify how their property is cared for when they're not around
Yeah.
and they're entrusting that to the vacationers,
Yeah.
I don't see how that's so hard for somebody to just take care of people's property. But here's the thing, Coop. These are the same type of people that throw their trash out when there's we talked about littering before in another Apple snack or something a long time ago. People are just kind of lazy. They don't take care of people's
Yeah.
stuff. They just, oh, I don't want this in my car no more. Throw it out with the whole bag and everything. Just toss it out the window, and um,
Yes. Yes.
same way like with cigarette butts. I've seen, you've seen a whole bunch of cigarette butts at this. Like, can you wait to throw that away
Yeah.
somewhere else, not in the middle of the street?
Yeah, like literally, you're going to your home. Why can't you just toss those in your trash can?
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
like there's been horror stories even with hotels, like people feel like it's not mine. It's not my room. I don't have to worry about it. Somebody's here to clean up after me. So I'm going to just do what I want, and they'll trash hotel rooms, and trash things. I mean, like, are you serious? I mean, I don't understand. Like some people are just monsters. Like they cannot. Sometimes I don't think they need to be part of society.
Now, real quick, I hope I don't repeat anything you said.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. Um, so, what were you just saying?
Well, I was gonna, we had just gotten back from New York
Okay.
actually, and we actually got a real nice Airbnb, which we've mentioned before in a couple other shows that we've done.
Yeah.
But this one was really nice. It was back a lane. It was very private, very nice, very well cared for, very quaint.
Yeah.
The kitchen area was nice. Had a nice game table, couple bathrooms. Like this place was nice. The beds were comfortable. Like this place was really cozy.
Yeah. And like you said, the privacy factor really does weigh in a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're looking to stay in a place where you kind of are in the middle of things and you have neighbors right next to you, okay. We when we're on vacation, we kind of want to unplug from a lot of what's going on, and then you go to it, right? But when you're done and you're ready to go back and relax, the only noise we want is the noise we're making at the game table, right? It's us. So, and that way you're not disturbing anybody else either. So we definitely factor that in when we go and stay as a family. We try to find the kind of secluded places. But there's a whole gambit, right? But this one that you talked about, it was so nice because this was our first time staying there, and it really, I think I see a return. I
Yeah, it was a nice place. It was a very nice
Yeah.
place.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if we went there again. We always try to leave it better than the way we found it, and this place was immaculate. So, we always, do our due diligence and follow the rules wherever you stay.
Yeah, and I think we did leave with a very good rapport with the owners because
Yeah.
you are in touch with them here and there. Like they'll tell you some things like last minute stuff once you're there, hey, don't worry about this or don't forget about that or whatever, just kind of cross some things off the checklist. But like even when you're leaving, like you'll leave a note or whatever and say, thank you for letting us enjoy our home away from home. Our vacation was that much more enjoyable and pleasurable, thank you for providing that. And then they'll come back and say, yes, anytime, we hope to see you again, so it doesn't seem like it's that hard, but our topic today shows that most I think experiences out there are on the up and up. I think they're good, but
Yeah. And I do believe there was a story. I'm not even sure how old this story is, but there was a lady, I believe, I should say a tenant, a potential tenant who wanted to rent a place. And I think something's being litigated now because my understanding is she feels she was denied occupancy at a place.
hmm,
And I know with, I think it's because of the size of her family or the age of the children or something like that. And I I I can see both sides of it because when you're looking for something and you're hoping it'll work out, you try to lay out the things, your criteria of what you need. But these sites are set up pretty well that, like, I think it tells you, because they'll tell you if you can have pets there, right?
hmm, yeah,
So, like, if somebody wants to take their pet with them, I don't care if it's a parakeet, I don't care if it's a fish, a dog, whatever. If the place says no pets, that's what they mean.
yeah.
No pets. So to go there, and I didn't read the news story, so I'm not even really sure how all this is going. It's just I can see that being in this business, you're going to be wading in some deep water sometimes.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully, most of the time it's happy, because this is vacation, so it should be centered around good, fun times, happy times. But I can see that sometimes it might get a little ugly because things happen and people aren't happy, and you're going to hear about it. It's just the way things are. But if there's stipulations on a place, don't do opposite of what the stipulations are and think they should just swallow it because, hey, I'm paying for this. It's like, or I want to pay for this. This is what I want to do, so just do it. Because we've talked about that before, like even on plane rides. People will ask someone else to switch them seats because of their reason. Well, if you had such specific reasons for why you needed that, then why didn't you get online and book earlier? Or why didn't you pay an extra fee to get what you want?
Yeah, playing better.
Right. So there's the ugly on a lot of things. And our conversation is upbeat, but I just wanted to bring out that no matter what, you may be dealing with something sometimes. And especially in a business like this, because, you know, specific Airbnb, they have grown exponentially, right? Like they're huge. And they went from being this tiny little office on the West Coast to now I think they've got several offices worldwide, and I don't even know how many employees they have. And then you have the hosts that buy into it and all that. So, I mean, they're huge. And a lot of these sites they're just there for your convenience. And that takes a lot of background work, but it's like, it's pretty simple. You put in, I think, because we don't travel with children, so I don't know how deep they go with like child's. Oh my goodness, speak English. Speak English, please.
Come on, Coop. Come
I
on.
know. I don't know how deep they go as far as wanting to know what age the children are, or things like that, or if they ask specific what kind of pets. Some pets are okay, but maybe some other pets aren't okay because we don't travel with pets. We don't travel with children. But I imagine they get kind of specific. That way you'll know, is this a good place for you or not? You don't want to rent a place that's kind of high up if you've got small kids because you don't want them climbing and maybe falling,
Yeah.
you know?
You might need to leave the iguana home. I don't know.
Exactly. Yes.
Um, Real quick, where we tie this up, I know you and I, we got a good friend that she does a lot of traveling. She's been all over the globe,
Yeah. Yes. 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 Yes.
and she is a firm fan, an avid fan of Airbnbs versus a hotel setup or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, she's not been doing a lot of traveling as of late, but like when she was, oh man, that was the bee's knees. She was like, Airbnbs, that's the way to go, right? And,
Yes.
she'd even find one for you. Like she was good. She loved combing and looking for somebody. Like if you needed to go somewhere, she was like, "Hey, I got Airbnb here. You come stay with us, or I can find you one." Like she was all about the Airbnbs.
Absolutely. Yes.
But that's how convenient they can be. So, like, if you behave yourself and you need something nice in a pinch, no matter where you go, pretty much, you usually can stumble on a nice setup somewhere in any state, any city or town that you need to find accommodations in. It's pretty convenient setup. So,
Yeah. So I think this was a great idea, Kennard. I really do. And that's it for this week's Apple Snack. But as you know, there's always more where that came from. So stay tuned. Subscribe, review, and spread the word. See you next time in the Retro Orchard, and thanks so much for listening.